Twitter, all those other good joints. It's Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. Let me turn my notifications off real quick. I got caught slipping. Didn't turn them off. Okay, there we go. Now they're off. What's up? Welcome back. I'm talking to myself, okay? Because yesterday, y'all, I worked from, I don't know, 6:30 to 9 at night. That wasn't cool. That wasn't cool at all. So I was traumatized. And of course, I missed my show yesterday. But I'm back today. Now I got to play catch up. So word on the street is that President Trump is speaking tonight around 9 o'clock. So I will be aware of that. And I will try to get out of the way before then. Give you all time to get ready. So, hey, Don, howdy, greetings, okay? Now, with that being said, since people can hear me, let's go ahead and get busy. Because we got a couple things to chat about tonight, y'all. Oh, yeah. Real gold driller. Real gold driller. Real gold driller. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. That's right, y'all. Somebody sent me my Donald Trump wig. Oh, yeah, man. I'm all ready. Oh, yes. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you very much. Shout out to everyone that sent me wonderful things. And someone sent me a wonderful mailbox blessing, too. And I want to thank her and her whole family. I appreciate everything that people do. All those who support my channel, share my videos, like my videos, all that good stuff. Of course, that wig is going to get much use. It's going to get much use. Now, before we get into this, please, if you can, text MAGA to 330-974-4607. And this way I'll be able to connect you just in case I get bumped off of YouTube for whatever reason. And somebody said, same stole that Joey Reed. Yeah, I think she might have cut hers off and sold it to me. I'm not sure. But anyway, please text that number. And also check out Kevin's Corner store. We got all kind of new merch. And we'll go from there. Other than that, you can donate to the channel through my Cash App or my PayPal. Now, with no further ado, y'all saw the title. I don't think Creepy Sleepy gonna make it, y'all. Oh, post box. I got a P.O. box. Well, I had a P.O. box. If you're interested in sending anything to me, just email me and I will forward you the address that you can send whatever you want to me. I appreciate that. The email link is below any of my videos as well. Now, I don't think Creepy's gonna make it. I always suspected that they had a diabolical scheme to get rid of Creepy. And at first, I thought he might slide through cracks when he became defiant. But you know they got ways. They got ways of putting the pressure on you to make you have to make some real hard choices. And I think the last dying effort was, can we take Trump out by any means necessary? Now, if this goes off over the weekend, Creepy, we'll let you stay in. But if somehow this goes away, that's it for you. Well, we're not going to take this right here probably was the last effort. Now, once again, people are going to say, well, are you saying that they plan this? I mean, I'm just saying after tonight, when we get through my show, you'll see why I've concluded that. See, I just don't think all of these interesting circumstances just all fell in place to allow this to happen last weekend. See, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. And I think the contingency plan was, well, I'm going to stay in and win by default. But, oh, crap. What do you mean it didn't work? Oh, crap. Well, look, Joe, we gave you a shot. We gave you a shot and stuff didn't work out. So now you got to go. And some convenient things just seem to be happening now that might lay the groundwork for Creepy to make an exit without looking horrific. And we're going to be talking about that as well. But first, let's go ahead and get a quick look at Creepy in his current state and see just what might be, encouraging all of his party members to want him gone. So let's get into it. Yes, this is.
So tonight, I'm asking every American to recommit.
Okay.
to make America what it is great again.
Yeah, creepy. Oh, there's creepy. Let's see, he's visiting some joint right there. Okay. This is food. We eat that. That way, where you going? Where you going? This way. Stay focused. Right there, we have observing the widely and elusive, creepy, sleepy, sleazy, slimy, sloppy Joe. He's been known to wander off oftentimes when being led by other people. That's what he looks like. Creepy, sleepy right there is getting a tour. Hold on, I gotta see that opening again, just real quick. I loved it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Say it again, Joe. Say it again.
So tonight, I'm asking every American to recommit to make America what it is great again.
What? Yeah. Okay, now, here he is again. That's right. Yes. Probably asking all kind of questions. How'd this stuff get so expensive? That was because of you. Okay. Yeah, thanks to you, Joe Biden. Wow, I did that? Yes, you did. You did all of that. What is that, a kid? Some hair? Oh, okay, wait, what are we doing here? Where is this place again? Unbelievable. Look at him. So, here we go.
We're going to bring rents down, as I said. We're going to build 2 million affordable homes. The cap rent increases to 5% a year so corporate landlords can't. God. Anyway, I don't want to keep going.
Did he just take the anyway exit? Did he take another anyway exit in the middle of pandering to the NAACP? Now, all of this is taking place, and they're looking at this and they're saying, we can't have this dude. Not only is Trump at the height of his popularity, his base is energized. This man has survived astronomical obstacles. Everybody's pumped up. I was riding in a truck with one of my co-workers who was not a Trump fan. And after what he saw, he was like, dude, hey man, I'm rolling with Trump now. After seeing what he went through and how he overcame that, he won my vote. And he even had to make a confession. I'm gonna have to tell my mom, because my mom, she was a Democrat. She converted, and she was like trying to tell me that this is not the Democrat Party that your father and all of us used. If he was alive today, he would be a Republican. And he fought it, and he said, I'm gonna have to swallow it and tell my mom that she was right. And I'm like, darn right. It's a whole bunch of folks that's looking at what took place, and they're saying, man, I'm rolling with Trump. And so you look at Trump and this iconic overcoming of all of these obstacles, and then that visual, and then you look at this guy. It's like, hefty, whippy. Immediate contrast. So now let's go ahead and hear what maybe he gets a little stronger.
I'm gonna get very upset. For the race riots in Springfield, Illinois in 1908.
Okay.
The NAACP was formed. That's what started.
Y'all hear that? The NCC. There you go. NAACP was formed. You can't have him out there. You can't trust that this dude is going to be able to not even limp, crawl, get drug across the finish line in this condition. They have no choice, which probably have given him no choice either. Joe, we was, if the situation would have worked out differently on Saturday, we might have just went ahead and let you stay, but we have no choice. So you got to go. Now, don't make us do something drastic. Now, you can go hard or you can go easy. It's up to you, but you got to go. Now, what type of strategy could we come up to make it look like this was your own decision? It was greater than you. It's just happenstance and things like that, which I think we might be onto something in a second as we continue watching Creepy.
Look, folks, think about this.
Think about
my state of Delaware. If not many don't know my state. My state of Delaware has a Delaware River runs up and down, jagged.
Jeez, oh man. Uh-oh.
We're going to speak about violence. We're going to speak about guns. More children in America die of a gunshot wound than any other reason. That's stunning, and that is sick.
And you know what else is sick? that you're reading something off of a teleprompter with emotions in it, as if you really are passionate about it. It probably has, in parentheses, elevate voice, pretend to be angry, and yell. I'm thinking, if it's on a teleprompter, I question your sincerity. So there it is, y'all. Y'all see that? Like he cares about all these kids. Well, if you really cared about the kids, you'd be caring about the, about 100,000 of them that's missing that you allowed come across the border. You'd be worried about them, huh? See, only kids he care about are the ones he can sniff.
This project, 2024, Trump, 2025. Trump.
He's done. He is done. And his project, 2024, 2025. January. You know what? Anyway, let's continue building the case of why I think that Creepy's campaign is done.
Yeah.
Yes. Here you go again.
I know you're saying, Joe, you may not have a Congress. Well, guess what? Y'all told me I couldn't pass the Inflation Reduction Act. Y'all told me I couldn't face it anyway.
Anyway, exit, baby. Yep, as he's riding along, he sees nothing but anyway. And he's taking every single exit. You got to get off and go again, Joe. Yes. Yeah, anyway. So anyway exits throughout the whole speech because he's running out of RAM up top mentity.
We're going to bring rents down, as I said. We're going to build 2 million affordable homes.
For how much?
The cap rent increases of 5% a year so corporate landlords can't. Anyway.
Man, he's giving people whiplash as he gets off that anyway exit. Yeah, everybody's riding along, relaxed, talking, and next you know, what are you doing? Had to get off the anyway exit. Let's continue though.
By the way, not only saves lives, it'll save taxpayers. Just what I did on the first round on dealing with Medicare. It saves the taxpayer $160 billion.
Did it save y'all $160 billion? It saves the taxpayer $160 billion? Hold on, I'm a little shy. Did y'all get y'all $160 billion? See, this guy right here is done. Yeah, he's not helping this case. Now, do you think they were really going to allow this cat to go through? I mean, a lot of people think he's done before the weekend is over. I'm sure he's going to come out and be like, the doctor told me I can't go on. Y'all see him, you know, I guess somebody typed out, I'm sick. That was it. Oh, boy, I'm sick. So let's go ahead and see if he gets a little better. Maybe give some people some encouragement to keep him in the race, y'all.
Because they don't have to pay these exorbitant prices to these, anyway. Guess what? Guess what? The wind blows.
Oh, that's going to be the one thing I miss about Creepy is the pure, uncut comedy. He doesn't even know he's hilarious. When he tries to be funny, he's not. And when he's just being himself, he is. And he wants to be the president. Here we go.
And guess what?
Guess what?
Well, guess what? Y'all told me I couldn't pass. Well, guess what?
Yeah, that right there. Look at that. That's the Creepy we know. Yeah, you think they're going to let that dude get back up there and debate? Walking off stage like that?
If you were to continue to run and be officially nominated, what happens if you have another episode like we saw during the debate?
What happened over there?
Yeah, what happened?
Did anybody make that out? Whatever. Did anybody make that one out? I couldn't. See, yeah. So here he is with the snarky smile, as if this is foolish that you even bringing this up. But then when he tries to reply, I don't know what he said.
And be officially nominated. What happens if you have another episode like we saw during the debate?
What happened over there?
Yeah, what happened?
I could listen to that one all day. I was riding around in the truck today when I heard that, had my headphones on. I'm in the truck with two other guys. I'm driving and bursted out laughing. Full-blown belly laugh. They're all sitting in the truck looking at me like, what the heck just happened? I'm like, dude, you gotta hear this dude talking about what happened. So let's continue.
What happens if you have another performance on that par.
He's having that performance right there in front of you, Lester. Don't you get it? It's happening right there in front of you. He's having another episode right there.
On that level.
I don't plan to have another performance on that level.
I don't plan on having this on that level. There you go. That's an episode we're looking at right there. And he's talking about, I don't plan on having this at that level. So let's continue.
Did you get that? Is it clear?
Look, I've seen that clip about 10 times, and I still have no idea what the word in his first answer was supposed to be.
And see, I watched that clip about 10 times, but I wasn't even trying to figure out what he was trying to say. I watched it so I can laugh every single time I heard it, just like I just did. It's fresh in my head every time I watch it. I'm telling you, I can never get tired of that one. Oh, boy, when he's dead and gone, and I'm feeling mighty blue, I'm going to go ahead and be like, you know what, to cheer me up? That's what I'm going to do. Click on that. Here's some more Joe.
It's time for an important conversation in this country. Our politics has gotten too heated. I stayed in the Oval Office on Sunday night, as I made clear throughout my presidency.
Throughout his presidency. Joe don't need to articulate and enunciate syllables. Yeah, that's for common folks. That's for common folks. Ain't no time for that. Throughout my presidency.
Throughout my presidency, we all have a responsibility to lower the temperature.
Yeah. So somebody go over to that thermostat and lower the temperature. Okay, it's too hot. It's too hot. Lower the temperature. Okay.
Lower the temperature. And condemn violence in any form. We're going to bring rents down, as I said. We're going to build 2 million affordable homes.
Yeah, he said this one.
Cap rent increases of 5% a year so corporate landlords can't. Anyway, I'm going to get very upset.
And the only person you should be getting upset with is yourself. See, for going this long, you should have dropped out a long time ago. In fact, you should have never ran. But I guess it was your all-time dream to become president. So you said, just make me president, okay? And I'll handle the rest. Well, you're not doing a good job, Joe.
But there's gouging Americans.
So here we go, y'all. I think COVID is his excuse to quit. So is it COVID or is it just an excuse to quit? Well, let's see.
I was just on the phone with President Biden.
But creepy?
And he shared his deep disappointment at not being able to join us this afternoon. The president has been at many events, as we all know, and he just tested positive for COVID.
Yeah. So wait, let me get this straight. How sickly is this guy? He coughs through every speaking engagement constantly, whether he has a cold, whether he has COVID or not. He's in a constant state of cough. I mean, he's a coughologist. That right there comes with the package. Constantly. Okay. Not only is he coughing all the time, he had a cold that he miraculously bounced back from that night when he went out to kick it at the Waffle House. And now all of a sudden he has COVID. Convenient COVID. That's what he has. Well, let's see if he goes through his regular COVID protocols.
Now, the president has received probably at least 5 doses of vaccine. As
5 doses? How in the world you get COVID with 5 doses of vaccine? Oh, this the same guy was like, now listen, we've been patient, but our patience is running thin. Get the shot. That man got 5 doses and still catching COVID. He got dosed for nothing. That's crazy. So let me get this straight. The COVID king right there, who tried to force vaccines on everybody, has COVID for the second time after getting dosed 5 times. There is no benefit of getting that vaccine. I don't understand. I'm looking at this and I'm saying, if this man got it twice, I've only had it once. And if I had it again, I didn't know it. But this guy now is rocking it twice. So I'm wondering now if he got the you-know-what. Shouldn't he be getting out that limousine right there with a big fat mask on his face?
And has also had the virus once. And that has really, all of those elements serve to increase his immunity. Plus, we also have Paxlovid now.
Look at him trying to still sell it. all those doses, instead of stopping him from getting it, preventing him from getting it, all those doses I get was of course increasing his immunity. No, it wasn't. If it was increasing his immunity, he wouldn't be sitting there with COVID right now, still trying to sell it to us. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking my natural immunity took care of that. But apparently you need 5 doses just to increase your immunity, and yet you still got it. But if I was creepy, I would be worried about any injection they give me right about now. I would be going, don't inject me with nothing. Don't everybody stay away from me. Because if this last incident with Trump failed, then I'm out of options too. I would be like, I don't want the doctor injecting me with nothing. Or just make the choice that all of your party members want you to make, creepy, which is step down. Now, don't make us give you another final dose of the vaccine. You understand that this will be your final dose. Now go on over there, pretend you got COVID, come back out and say, because of COVID and my age and all that stuff, for some reason now I got to step down. So let's see.
Now, and we've already heard that he could take a dose of that.
Look, Dr. Reiner, I don't think COVID does that to you. My man took a step, then rocked backwards. I bet you people standing behind him right now with both hands up like, oh boy. We don't want him to fall backwards on us.
We're seeing live pictures of the president boarding Air Force One right now.
And he's on the baby steps.
To me, and I'm sure to others as well. I didn't see him wearing a mask.
Good point. Glad you busted that out.
I didn't see him wearing a mask as he was with those other people on the tarmac there.
Wear a mask.
Yeah.
It's not just about you.
No, it's not, Joe.
It's about your family.
Mm-hmm.
It's about your nation. It's about your neighbors.
And I wonder if regular humans are able to see the bullcrap that these people dropped on us. That was one of the biggest psyops of all times. The hypocrisy. I mean, they stuck everybody up without a pistol. Not us. We saw it coming. And unfortunately, even some of us had to make some harsh choices and get it anyway. That's the sad part about it. I know people who was like, I really don't have a choice. I got to maintain my family. I got to maintain my job, and force folks against their will to get that mess. And now this sorry sucker is walking up there with no mask, probably done shook everybody's hand. That is if he really does have it. That's the if he really does have it.
It's about your colleagues. It's about keeping other people safe.
Joe Biden is said to be experiencing mild symptoms, according to a statement from a White House physician. The president left Las Vegas on Air Force One, headed for Delaware, where he...
Hey, thumbs up! I'm spreading my COVID crumbs as I get on the plane. Okay, you got the baby steps prepped for me?
He will self-isolate and continue to carry out his duties. Joe Biden...
You won't see me again, just letting everybody know this is my final thumbs up, because I'm dropping out.
And looked as though he was struggling to walk up the stairs of the aircraft, ascending very slowly and holding a handrail.
Honestly, I don't think Joe gonna make it, y'all. I mean, I ain't wishing nothing bad on him, but he just looks like, I think once he's out of public eye, I think he's just gonna deteriorate. I mean, whatever resources he is getting from being the president to keep him functional, if that stops, I think this guy's going down. Look, he could barely walk. I mean, he done lost all his weight. He's wobbling going up the steps. And they are nervous that he is going to face plant at any second, either frontwards or the back of the head. And when you fall backwards and you ain't got much strength in the neck, the head whips back at the last second and you bust your head to the white meat. See? So let's continue seeing him barely make it up these stairs.
This attracted a raft of criticism on social media.
Holy crap, this video is not slowed down.
This is not slowed down. Another commentator said, as fully vaccinated Joe Biden struggles up the steps with COVID, you've got to wonder if that's the end for his presidency. Deceptive Dems will keep right on with their lies regardless.
Of course they will. And that's the scary part about it. I think we are seeing him make like one of his final entrance to Air Force One. Honestly, I'm not surprised if he doesn't come out over the weekend with some announcement that is it. That's it. It's over. Considering what we're about to find out some of his colleagues have done.
The president is being slammed online for failing to wear a mask despite the infectious diagnosis.
Especially after forcing
With this commentator saying if Biden really has COVID, why isn't he wearing a mask?
Yeah, it's a question we all have, and I don't think he has it. I don't think he has it at all. I think he was like, crap, my parachute didn't open. My last second Hail Mary failed. And yet, this is my final walk right here. That's it. They probably was like, well, Joe, we tried to wait it out to see if this worked, and it didn't. So now you know what you need to do. Okay. So here's a convenient excuse. You got COVID. Now go somewhere and sit down.
Watch this video from just now. In the presidential limo around Secret Service and military and aboard Air Force One, no mask despite having symptoms.
He ain't gonna make it. He was in that door for about 6 seconds. Hey, like, He looks ridiculous. He looks like he should be in an elderly home, which he should have been in there for a long time. But here he is trying to run the free world. Here you go. Look at
symptomatic COVID.
Hey, everybody.
Same guy who wanted even healthy kids to mask.
Here with you that again, he was going to speak at this Unidos U.S. event in Nevada, and that was something that he had to postpone because he had...
That was the weakest thumbs up ever. Now you go from Trump giving the hard fist pumps to him. I'm surprised he didn't stick that mug in his mouth like as he walks to the plane. We thinking he giving us a thumbs up. And start sucking his own thumb. Good grief.
He had COVID. These are live images of President Biden in Las Vegas. You saw him just sort of giving the thumbs up right there. So again, he has tested positive for COVID. They say he had a runny nose.
Now watch the
he was not feeling well early today. Oh, and he's going up those steps. It looked like he paused there just a moment, didn't it, on those bottom steps?
And this is ABC. He's going up the steps. That looks like he paused there for a minute there going up those steps. She's concerned too. Concerned.
There he is, making his way up to the steps.
I know he probably fell in somebody's arms, just standing right outside of view. Soon as he got up there, just collapsed. Help me. I barely made it up these, 10, maybe 15 steps?
All the way into the plane. A bit of a shuffle there at the end.
Yeah, because somebody grabbed him. A bit of a shuffle. They grabbed him and drug him off somewhere.
Listen, this is deeply concerning.
The COVID diagnosis comes after Joe Biden said he would drop out of the presidential race if he was diagnosed with a medical issue. Joe Biden's COVID diagnosis is the most recent in a string of events that has led many...
Here's some COVID for you!
...including high-ranking Democrats
COVID for
to
you.
call for the president
Who else
to
wants
step
some
down.
of these crumbs?
Senator Majority Leader Chuck Schumer reportedly had a one-on-one meeting with the president in Delaware on Saturday, where he urged Joe Biden to drop out of the race.
And I
so y'all see that?
The pressure from
y'all see Chuck Schumer with the glasses for nothing because they don't even cover his eyes. I bet you want to. All right, that's it, Joe. Playtime's over. You don't want the whirlwind to come down on you. Listen here, creepy. Listen here, sleepy. I'm sure he went in there like, you don't want the whirlwind. So, Chuck crying Schumer that wears the glasses for nothing went in and had some harsh words for creepy sleepy.
Democratic leaders for Biden to get out of the race is intensifying. In fact, one person who has been out there publicly defending Biden told me just a short while ago, Biden is going to see the whole house of cards come down soon. As for that meeting in Rehoboth, Delaware.
Oh my goodness, the whole house of cards come down soon? Oh, man. This is a crap storm for them. I'm telling you, man, this is like watching a real life House of Cards. You know, the series that was on before Kevin Spacey got into a little pickle. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's like watching a real life one of those. It almost seems surreal. All of this stuff that's been happening over these years, you just go, wow. One day, maybe a movie will be made about this. But let's continue, though. Here we go.
I am told that this was a one-on-one meeting, just the Senate leader and the president, and that Chuck Schumer forcefully made the case that it would be better for Biden, better for the Democratic Party, and better for the country if he were to bow out of the race. And David, when I went to Schumer's office to ask them to tell them I was going to report this and tell you this tonight,
they said, go ahead.
Absolutely no denial from Senator Schumer's office.
Now, you know you want some when you do that. Yeah, you don't care. You sitting there like, look, man, I heard y'all did this. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna go tell him. And the person look at you and say, go ahead. You already know what that means. Like, and I want you to, okay? He don't even care. So they sent this dude out here to drop it out there, meaning we are done with creepy sleepy. So now he needs a graceful exit strategy. Now, whatever he comes up with, we already know it's really not that. Okay. Even if it is that, that's still not why he would be dropping out. He would be using that as an excuse.
Office, they only said this. Leader Schumer conveyed the views of his caucus. In other words, the views of Democratic senators. I am also told that Hakeem Jeffries, the Democratic leader in the House.
Hawker Jeffries? I just gave him a new nickname right off the top. It hit me when he said Hakeem Jeffries. I was like, wow, that sounds close to Hawker. Yeah, man. Yeah, Hawker Jeffries was involved. Yes, that one right there will never get old. Hawker Jeffries. So Hawker Jeffries said what now?
House has expressed similar views directly to the president.
But the lunatic leftist media isn't convinced.
What?
With MSNBC's Joy Reid saying if...
Oh, God. Why can't she just let Joe go? What is it with Joy Reid that she just fixated on Joe? She's still going to bat for this dude. Maybe they ain't gave her the memo. Like, look, it's over, okay? This dude's over. Start check. Even Mika and Joe is getting a hint now. They're starting to say, okay, now we got to pivot. Yeah, I think right now it's inevitable. So let's see what Joy Reid got to say.
Joe Biden overcomes COVID. It's a show of strength, much like Donald Trump surviving his assassination attempt.
Here's a question that I have on that. These two men are both elderly.
Okay.
Donald Trump is an elderly man who, for whatever reason, was given 9 seconds to take a iconic photo op during an active shooter.
This one was the worst, man. I'm telling you right now, she is the #1 worst, most evil, demonic, foul, stinking, pathetic. She's leading the league right now. She's worse than Rachel Maddow. And that's saying a lot, man. She is the worst. So for whatever reason was given 9 seconds to take a photo op. Now, in the midst of all of that chaos, do you think that's what was on these people's mind? You think Trump was sitting there going, hey, you know what? In the midst of all of this, my real goal and objective is to take a photo op. This woman, now what she's really implying is all of that was just like theater. It was fiction. Now, if anybody on the right even suggested that maybe perhaps folks on the left or the globalists or the deep state or anybody else might have planned or coordinated this, she'd be calling everybody conspiracy theorists. If this would have happened to Joe, she'd be like, you're undermining the brave men and women of the Secret Service, and you're acting like they were involved in this and weren't doing their job, and they allowed him to. That she would be hyping Joe up if he could get that raggedy arm up enough to even pump his hand in the air. But now here she goes, for whatever reason. So let's continue hearing her try to undermine what really happened.
Situation. Weird situation. We'll figure that out one day. But his survival of that and bouncing right back and going right to his convention is being conveyed in the media world as a sign of strength.
It is.
This current president of the United States is...
You mean the one that barely is walking up the steps? You mean that one right there? Huh?
81 years old and has COVID. Should he be fine in a couple of days? Doesn't that convey exactly the same thing?
Holy moly. She should be super embarrassed. Now you talking about licking his boots. She is trying her best to make a comparison between almost getting assassinated to catching COVID, y'all. Shouldn't this be almost the same thing? You talking about reaching, you talking about contorting. Right about now, she is worse than a pretzel. She's a ball of yarn. And she done tied herself in all kind of knots to try to make that stick. Even the people listening to her like, maybe, I guess. We've heard you say some pretty crazy things on TV, Joy. We all sat there with yeah. But this one? As they sit there like, possible. Listen to this chick.
That he's strong enough, older than Trump, to have gotten something that used to really be fatal to people his age. So if he does fine out of it and comes back and is able to do rallies.
Even Raggedy Patty. I would love to know who What is going on in Raggedy Patty's hair right here? I bet you she's like, this chick has completely lost her marbles. Maybe they cut that hair too short. Maybe they cut inside of her head and nicked her brain. I don't know. When she got rid of the Trump dude, they might have gouged a piece of meat out of her dome and cut her medulla oblongata, because she is talking reckless. Talking about something. I mean, maybe. I mean, wouldn't that be like the same? Oh, wow. Sure, Joey. Unbelievable.
Isn't that exactly the same?
No,
I mean, it's not exactly the same. It's not the same incident, but it's an elderly man coming through out of an illness.
This attracted an onslaught of criticism.
I know she want to say, Joy, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard you say on TV. And I've heard you say a lot of dumb things. That should have been her Huxtable moment when Theo was telling Dang on Cliff about how he wanted to drop out of school or whatever. And at the end of the Theo, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That should have been her Huxtable moment right there. Here she is talking about that. I mean, isn't that the same thing? I mean, not exactly, but right? Yeah, Raggedy Patty. Oh, it could be, maybe, but not all the way. I don't know. What do you think?
Criticism online, with one commentator saying they really said this live on air.
Exactly. So now this is the same as getting COVID. Y'all, look at this. Look at this rendition of how close Trump came to dying.
Computer generated 3D visualization.
Here. Can you believe that? And Joy wants us to think that all of this, watch what she suggests after this. So this moment right here, if you don't believe in God, this is enough to make you. It's enough to make you. This is divine intervention. It's almost like God did not want America to implode at this moment, because I guarantee you that if he wouldn't have turned and he would have been killed on national TV, it would be went berserk. Absolutely berserk. I was sitting there thinking of the fallout right there in the crowd. I'm thinking, what's next if this is true? If he doesn't make it, if something happened to him, I'm thinking, what do I do? What would be in my involvement? What would be my reaction to this? I mean, the country would have went berserk. So divine intervention right here. Look at how close.
Made by social media account Point Consciousness shows a bird's eye view of the bullet skimming Trump's ear right after the former president moved his head.
You don't get closer than that. Even people who've been shot at where they hear the bullets go. Imagine getting hit in the ear only because you turned. That means the bullet was en route and it was timed up that perfect. Now, that bullet's moving supersonic speeds. And he had to be turning probably right when the bullet was shot. And it just right past his ear. Wow. That is impressive. That is nothing but God. I have to give glory to God for that. And I know Trump have to as well, which he did.
The 3D graphic also shows the path the bullet would have taken if Trump did not tilt his head at the last second.
People would have been traumatized. Like, just seeing that on TV. This ain't like back in Kennedy's days where, they was able to suppress the footage. We didn't see it for years and years and years. Everybody has a camera. I mean, folks would have been traumatized. The kid sitting right behind him would have been traumatized for the rest of his life. That was a potential disaster that I can't even quantify. But yet, God intervened.
The image has gone viral on social media, with many saying Trump's survival was a miracle.
But Joy is saying if Creepy Sleepy survives, if he survives COVID, then that's the same. That's the same as this. He should be praised too. He should be praised just as much as Trump is. Wow. Now look at this. Look at this version. Look at that. That slight tilt. And I'm watching Trump do that the whole time too. Just that tilt. Unbelievable. Here it is again. He could have been going from that to that. But wait a minute. Look at this. Van Jones had a moment of clarity. Somebody said, we'll be watching your videos. Thank you Welcome to the channel. I appreciate it. So look at Crying Van. Look at Crying Van. He has to make a confession, y'all. He's tapping out.
A virus just stopped.
Hold on, wait. Here we go.
A bullet couldn't stop Trump. A virus just stopped Biden.
Man, now you know Trump got an ego. He probably, nobody can survive an assassination like Trump. Nobody. So here he is right here making his confession.
You got the nominees of this party getting their butts kissed. Biden's getting his butt kicked by his own party. The Democrats are coming apart. The Republicans are coming together. That's what's happening.
That is what's happening. But Joy Reid wants us to look at this. There you go. Yeah. With the rainbow flag in the back. Look at Biden. Look at creepy. I didn't die. There you go. I survived COVID. Had the sniffles. After being vaxxed 5 times. Democrats. Yeah. Look at that. I think I can. He need to be worried about surviving getting up those steps. That's what he needs. He's like, come on, Joey. If I could just make it to the top of these 10 or 15 steps, I might live to fight another day. Now, you know somebody's up there with some ice cream, like, come on, creepy. Here it is. Come on. Easy, keep coming. Like a puppy just learning to walk up steps for the first time. Gizmo did better going up the steps. Okay? then they on creepy. Which part you want me to show again? Somebody say show that again. Which part you want? You know I got to give the people what they want. Got to give the people, yeah. Got to give the people what they want. Huh? What you want? You want some of that? You want some of that? Or you want some of this right here? Yeah. I did it. Like a video game. We should come out with one of those afterwards. Creepy making it up the steps like Donkey Kong. Like, come on, creepy. Man, I ain't got no other men. There's only one man. You don't get extra men with creepy. So here we go. Hilarious. Yeah, you can do it. Almost. Come to mama. We got you.
Universal kind of reaction that I'm getting.
Oh boy, here we go. Now you want to hear some coke? Now, this woman is so evil. She's so infested with demons. She is so demonic. She is so Trump deranged that what she's about to say, I'm telling you, I don't know how she's still on air. And she's worse than Joe and Mika. That's the bad part about it. She's worse than Joe and Mika. Listen to what she's suggesting. Everybody is thinking this. Really, she is trying to voice her opinion and pretend that I'm just echoing what everybody's telling me. See, this is a way that they're able to get out a point and get out a message of propaganda without taking personal responsibility by blaming it on just all of these people. Everybody's saying it. So listen to what she said everybody is saying.
Whether it's civilians or, professionals, is really a deep concern and lack of confidence in not us at this table.
No, not us. We're excluded. Everybody has 100% of confidence in all of the people at this propaganda table. Now, that is a whole heap of proper. Man, that's a proper council right there. Dang on it. They got all the professional propagandists that you could come up with. You got Rachel Madcow, Raggedy Patty. You got them all condensed into one atmosphere. Now, that's a lot of propaganda right there. So they done went out and got the all-star proper team. And here she is talking about not us, not us at this table. I mean, other media outlets. So what this is a call to the media to continue attacking Trump and not allowing his injury and what took place to make you back off of calling him evil, the devil, Hitler, Mussolini, a dictator. She's scared that people won't see Trump as a villain anymore. And now she's trying to parrot this and try to pretend it was other people. Other people was saying this. It's not me. It's not me. I'm just telling you what everybody else is thinking.
Us at MSNBC, but us as the media writ large. And a fear that what's going to happen now is that...
That's what everybody was telling you. A whole bunch of people was calling you, right, Joy? All right, you're the 15th person that called me saying this. The 15th person that called me. I mean, do you understand how fake this chick is, man? I want to go buck wild. I want somebody to parachute me right in there on her and let me go to work on that big blonde bald head of hers.
Party will do what they do. They're in the middle of a campaign. The convention started today. But the media will acquiesce to trying to convince people that the things they've been experiencing for the last, 5-6 years didn't.
No, trying to acquiesce to the things that we've been convincing them that they've been experiencing for the last several years or so. We don't want them to now undo all of our hard work of propaganda for the last 4 to 8 years. We worked hard to get people to where they are completely suffering from Trump derangement syndrome on a whole nother level. We done, you know how hard we worked to get them out of how hard we worked to get folks to the point where they were mad that Trump didn't die. You know how hard we worked? So we don't want that all undone. We got to continue stepping on the gas of propaganda.
Didn't happen. That the greatest purveyor and promoter of political violence, really, since anyone can remember, since George Wallace.
And now you see where it comes from. Now you see why perhaps someone on the left that isn't wrapped too tight might want to resort to doing something like this. George Wallace. She's saying, as she's sitting here promoting division, suggesting Trump is a Ku Klux Klan member, a segregationist, and encouraging all of this hate, racism, and stuff like that. As she's sitting here saying this, she's the problem. She would be one of these people who've convinced a weak-minded person who isn't wrapped too tight that what if he's George Wallace, if he's a KKK member, if he's a Hitler, well, he must be stopped. I'll do it. I'll be the one that saves our democracy from the new Hitler. She couldn't even help herself. She's like, man, look, I'm the number one stunner. We need to get back on the ball of propaganda. We can't even wait a few days to let the temperature go down. She should be terminated, man.
I think, that we just haven't experienced that kind of open, sort of citing or sort of incitement of violence or sort of luxury.
All coming from the left. All coming from the left. Starting with her nasty bald-headed butt right there. I want a Benny Hill the top of that head right there. That big forehead is sticking out so far. I wonder if there's any brains in there. Yeah, that forehead is filled with nothing but demons. That's why it's so big. Legions is in that forehead right there. Because the blonde hair starts right here from the side. I'm looking at it. Yeah, the rest of this is filled with demons. Her whole medulla oblongata is packed with demons.
Creating in the idea of violence. It's just not something we're used to anymore in American politics. And then we had to get used to that being a thing. And people are concerned and expressing concern.
Look, lying through her teeth. And people are concerned and express how many people are there, Joy? Yeah, the people who told you go out there and suggest that this ain't no time for us to stop. We got to continue. Got to continue pushing this propaganda because that's all we got. That's all we got. You think we gonna come out there and convince folks because of our policies? Now look, Joy, we got to stay on the Trump is Hitler, Trump is Mussolini, Trump's a dictator, Trump is gonna destroy democracy. We got to stay on that. Well, you think we got policies to push? Now you know us better than that. We ain't got nothing but division and fear.
Concerned that we won't be the guardians of memory.
Holy moly. So you guys are entrusted with that. We are the guardians of memory. We're going to tell you what is important, what to remember. We're going to create the history through the eyes of our bullcrap Yeah, I don't want to see this through the eyes and the lens of shite, because that's all they're pushing. So we won't be protecting memory.
And that we will
You see Cat Mad Cow?
Donald Trump, as he is, bathed in the glory and grandeur of his party.
What a hater. What a hater. As Joe's party is ripping him to pieces. But did you see Big Nose Mad Cow try to pretend like that was deep and profound? Nothing but actors and actresses. Yeah, that's like me listening to somebody who's saying something real dumb, and I just ain't got the energy or time, to just say, that's stupid. So I just give them interesting. But in my mind, I'm thinking, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I just don't have the time right now to rip you over that stupid statement right there. So I'm just going, yeah, interesting. Well, now, in further news, that's what they should be doing.
To rewrite himself as both a hero and a victim, that people who are the most vulnerable to not just the things he's done, but the things he's promising to do.
Yeah, I want to know who's vulnerable. What are the people suffering from the things he's done? Somebody go out there and find me all the people in the concentration camps from his first 4 years. Somebody go out there and find me all the people who lost money because of Trump's 4 years. Somebody go out there and find me the guy who was complaining about prices and gas prices and food prices during Trump's presidency. Somebody go out there and find me that. Somebody go out there and find me all the black folks that was put back in slavery under Trump. Somebody go out there and find me all the wars and stuff that took place under Trump. Somebody go find me that. Somebody did. Nobody? Where's the victims? I mean, you're telling me people are so stupid? This woman's up here talking about what he's done to people in the past and what he's going to do. So in other words, I want to write the history. I want people thinking this. I want to create a matrix form of history. Yeah, we don't want y'all seeing Trump in his real, true light. We want you to see him through the matrix that we've created in your head. Yeah, and we know that this incident might just red pill a lot of people. So that's what she's really suggesting right here.
And that will then happen without a guardian saying, wait.
Who do you think you are, you big applehead, you? You think we trust you to be the guardian? Dang on it. So here she is out there with that nasty Pink Panther suit on. Okay, talking about we are the guardians of truth.
Stop. And then the media will acquiesce to this rewrite. And the people that I've been talking to don't accept the rewrite.
So here she is again, guys. Here's her form of protecting history. Here's her form of rewriting history. Right now, she ain't even wait. She's trying to rewrite what took place last Saturday. Listen to this.
We still don't know for sure whether Donald Trump was hit by a bullet.
We don't? No. So let me get this straight. You talking about rewriting history? Yeah. Somebody said, oh my God, guardians of demons. Absolutely. Yeah. They having a good time inside of her. They in there like, to the beat of the rhythm of the night, dancing to the morning light. Forget about the worries of our life. We can leave them all behind. They jamming inside of her. La, 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 la. In the middle of the street inside of this chick. So now we still don't know what. So do you hear this garbage? She is trying to rewrite history real time.
People that I've been talking to don't accept the rewrite.
We still don't know for sure whether Donald Trump was hit by a bullet.
We don't. What then possibly could he have been hit by, Joy? Outside of that, air? Does air cause your ear to bleed like that? So let's continue seeing, because I think she might be suggesting that what we saw in history didn't really happen. She's trying to rewrite history.
Whether he was hit by glass fragments, whether he was hit by shrapnel. We don't have those.
Shrapnel from what? What shrapnel could he have been hit? There was a bomb that went off? I'm wondering. Last I checked, shrapnel, comes from some type of bomb. So now she wants us to believe that he was hit by glass. I saw the two teleprompters. None of them shattered. I was there. Now, here's my thought. If it was glass, how do you get all that glass to just concentrate right on the ear? That's what I'm wondering. Just right there. You would think bits of glass would be all in the side of his face. But yet this dummy got the nerve. She hates Trump that much. She is fighting to save Biden. She's fighting to save the Democrat Party. I mean, she's personally invested in this. This is going beyond her job. She's doing this from the crib. Okay? She's not getting paid for this one. This is a freebie. She's no longer a prostitute. She's a hoe. That's what she is. She's like, oh, you ain't even got to pay me for this propaganda right here. I'm doing this all on my own. Put your money away. It's no good here. Your money's no good here. I'm about to straight prostitute myself all by myself. Yeah, I'm going to use that kind of language for her tale. Got the nerve to be suggesting we still don't know what hit. So forget the picture of the bullet in midair. I forget that. So now here we go.
Those details. We actually have no details from his physician, even though...
Oh, we don't? Even though the doctors came out and said, it's just a miracle that you lived. They didn't say, I mean, shoot, we've never seen anybody take glass to the side of the face like that and survive. It's a miracle. It's a miracle.
This man is still a Secret Service protected, and presidential candidate.
And she think we don't see what she's doing. I see demons in her all over the place. And I'm not saying everybody got to be a super saint. But see, she's especially demonic right here. You can see the deceit in her. You know what she's doing. She's pretending that she's concerned, just curious. But it's all designed to subvert what took place. It's all designed to kick down the reality and the miraculous, event that took place. It is to create doubt. She's doing what Satan did in the Garden of Eden. When he came to Adam and Eve and said, I heard you ain't supposed to eat the fruit. Yeah, God told us not to do it. Did God say that? I'm just saying. I mean, you know what I mean? Hey, maybe God might be hiding something from you. You don't know really why God said don't do it. I'm saying, what could he be hiding from you? That's what she's doing. She is reenacting what took place in the Garden of Eden. Just coming out like, I mean, we really don't know. I mean, do we? I'm just asking questions. Hey, she's evil, man. Full-blown evil. Look at her.
We knew almost nothing. Why? Why don't we know that much? We know that 3 people were shot. 1 person, unfortunately, was killed at the rally.
With what? Darts? Fake bullets? Rubber bullets? What do you think killed those people, Joy? Where's all the glass on the stage from the teleprompter or whatever you're suggesting it was hit? Boy.
We don't know where they were sitting or standing relative to him. We don't know why, for 9 full seconds, Donald Trump was allowed to stand back up during an active shooting.
It's called the anointing. That's what it is. Yeah, it's called having a backbone. It's called patriotism. It's called overcoming obstacles. It's called defying all the evil that has come up against them, including your nasty butt. That's what it's called. Yeah, it's called in the moment having the courage to get up there and encourage the people as a leader to fight, fight, fight. It's greater than just me. Yeah, we all gotta stay in the fight, and your nasty butt hates it. She cannot stand what happens. She knew that this right here was so magnanimous that it would live in infamy, and she can't allow it. So now let me go ahead and try to create doubt whether this happened or not. We still don't know. I mean, I'm just saying, Dewey. She can't have a boyfriend. She can't have a boyfriend or be married. There's no way. No way. This chick, you'll be sleeping with evil. You got to roll over every day like, man, I'm sleeping next to evil. Coming to work scared. What happened? Nothing, man. I slept with evil last night. What? Slept with evil? Hey, man, where was your wife? That was my wife. She's evil. Oh, I thought you would say like a stripper named Evil. So you actually was sleeping with your wife? She's evil? She's evil. I'm scared to go home, man. Can I stay over your crib? Nah, man, we don't want you having evil coming looking for you. Nobody wants evil rolling up on the scene looking for you. Is that her? Is that evil outside? That's what she is right there.
An active shooter situation, even though they at that point had said the shooter was down, how would they know? How would they have known if there were more shooters?
She's married? Oh. I want to see the dude who's castrated. That's what I want to do. I want to see the dude who's okay with sleeping with Diablos. So here she is. Why'd they let him do it? Why'd they let him stand up like that? Look at all these evil suggestions that she's making. She's really, what she's not bold enough to do is say, I want y'all to believe that this was all staged. I want y'all to doubt this because, see, if you don't doubt it, this is a perfect scenario. I mean, you got him being missed by the bullet, his reaction to the bullet, and then the iconic picture. It's too beautiful. It's too perfect. I heard Stephen A. Smith have to just confess the other day. He ain't no Trump lover. He's like, man, that wasn't even the presidency. He's like, you don't get better than that. He's like, you got him going down, blood on his face. He stands up. Yeah, he wants to go out with his dignity. Let me get my shoes on. He gets his shoes on. And he has time enough without even knowing if there's another active shooter out there to say, before I go, he ain't even checked to see if he was hit yet. Your adrenaline can still be, covering up the fact that you're walking around with half of your kidneys blown out. And he had the courage enough to say, wait. Do up the fist, fight. It's too beautiful. This is storybook movie material right here. And she hates it. All of that evil in her is going nuts. So she got to pee on the party. She's a party pooper. Boom.
Nobody knew that there could have been 5 shooters for all they knew.
And neither did Trump. And that's what makes it great. He defied all of those things. He's like, it's greater than me. It's in the moment. You think he was doing this like, all right, thinking through it? All right, now this just happened to me. I've been hit, but I'm not dead. You know what would be a great photo shoot? Photo op for me to get up and just throw my hands up in the air. That's what she's trying to suggest right here.
They allowed him to stand up in the middle of that, crisis and pose for a photo.
And honestly, if the Secret Service wasn't so incompetent, they probably would have stopped him. Just goes to show when you got a woman who's about half of his height and the rest of them going, what do we do here? One guy who is a part of his normal detail, the rest of them was like, man, they just called me 20 minutes ago and told me, can I work this gig? I was like, sure. I'm sitting there with a beer at the picnic with my flip-flops on, shorts on, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, we need a couple extra guys down there. I said, oh, man. So if it wasn't for that, they might have drug him out. But all of this came together beautifully to create this moment. So here she is. I mean, they let him do that. No, we heard Trump say, wait.
And fist pump the air so he could get the iconic photo.
That's what was going through his mind. She's pure evil, man. Do y'all see it? Do you see the evil in her? It's all over her. She's disgusting.
And then they allowed him to stand up again outside of the SUV instead of just shoving him into the SUV. That seems really unusual.
Look at her, just throwing all kind of doubt. That's a conspiracy? Is she a conspiracy theorist? Is she undermining our brave men and women of the Secret Service, led by that female Secret Service director and all of those Thumbelinas that was out there going, wait, my ponytail. Hold on, wait a minute, my glasses. Let me get those. Hold on. All right, where's my holster? Girl, you got my gun? Let me see that. Hold on, no, that's my gun. No, give me the one. No, you got the wrong one. Okay, all right, here we go. All right, now let's go. Running beside the Secret Service truck. So now, are you saying then, Joy, that they didn't do their job? So let's continue, though.
What is the actual injury to Donald Trump's ear that's under that bandage? Moly. Shouldn't we know that by now?
See? What is God hiding from you, Adam and Eve? Shouldn't we know that? Did God really say don't eat that fruit? I'm just saying. If I was you, I would investigate. That's all I'm saying. Unreal.
It's weird. And there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of curiosity about it.
But you want to create it. See, and she thinks she's fooling us. See, if you are looking at this through spiritual lenses, you see evil personified through this woman. This is a perfect example of how the devil works. This woman, right, to a person who can't see that they are being manipulated, this is exactly how Satan works. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it as if I'm super deep. The difference is, you got people out there who can't see the devil and how he works and manipulates things. And then you got folks that are saved and can see him, that have no excuse. Like me, if I ever get caught up in some shenanigans, it's not because I got tricked. I know what the devil's about. You're able to see stuff. You say, man, I know this is all bad, but I said it, or I did it, or whatever. But this woman, for all of those, for whatever reason, are just innocent bystanders who aren't able to see Diablos. This right here, if you ever want to know what it looks like from a spiritual aspect, this is her. This woman is doing this right now. Look at this.
In the sort of media world, my profession, it's weird, right? Where are the FOIAs? Why isn't the New York Times aggressively pursuing his medical records?
Yeah, good question. Who is she talking to? You know who she's talking to? All of those people out there that she's worked real hard to convince that Trump is the villain, he's evil. All of those people she dedicates her life to manipulate. But what's strange about her, and this is why I say she's especially evil, is because she's doing this personally. See, she is not on the clock. She went home to do this. So she's really some of these people, they do it while they're in the studio. They know what they're doing. They get paid. They know this is a grift. Her, she's pure evil.
It's just weird. Just a strange thing that I've noticed. And I don't know if you guys have noticed it.
No, it's not something you notice. It's something that you want people to see right now. Don't pretend you just stumbled across this and you're just curious. Your imagination just start going, wow, just strange thing. It just hit me out of nowhere. No, this is something you sat back and said, how can I plant the seed of doubt? How can I go out there and convince folks out there that what they saw was not true? I'm going to create a false narrative. I'm going to create doubt. I'm going to create division. I'm going to try to rewrite history for some reason because she ain't even getting paid for this. So I have to conclude, it's just because she is evil.
But it's weird.
It ain't weird, but it's weird. So now, since she's talking about, all of that stuff and how weird it is and how crazy things are, and maybe, just maybe it wasn't, what we all thought it was. I figured we might as well go ahead and get an update on, what's going on when it comes down to this shooting. I think we should go ahead and get an update. So let's go ahead and dive into it because I have more questions now than I had the first day. So let's see.
Begin with criticism, then you go to protest, then you go to impeachment, now you go to indictment, and none of them work. What's next? I mean, graph it out, man. We're speeding toward assassination, obviously, and no one will say that, but I don't know how you can reach that conclusion. You know what I mean? They have decided, permanent Washington, both parties have decided that there's something about Trump that's so threatening to them, they just can't have it.
And if you can't see that, then you're dummy. This right here should have opened the eyes to everybody. For them to attempt to do something we have not seen for decades, that really is almost unheard of in today's environment with all of our technology and resources. That means this man is an absolute threat. I want to hitch my wagon to the man that all the powers that be is willing to go to whatever extent to stop him. He's not a danger to us. He's a danger to them, to where they would poke their head out from under the cover and reveal what they are really about. They haven't even been able to contain their aggression and hatred towards this man in their efforts to stop him. They were willing to risk exposing that we're living in a simulation of democracy or republic. They're like, we don't even care if people finally can conclude that all the time we've been thinking, well, you know what? I'm pretty sure there's some stuff to go on behind closed doors. Pretty sure they probably decide who they want to be in the White House or not. But I'm going to keep going through the motions because I don't really know for sure. These folks then went ahead and pulled the covers back. They're like, man, we ain't got time to be keeping a little doubt here and there. We're going to come right out and say, yeah, we are shadow government. Yeah, we do put our thumb on the scale. Yeah, we do control everything. Yeah, we do decide who becomes president and who doesn't. And we're willing to do it out in the open. and dare y'all to say something about it. Because this man is the real existential threat, and not to democracy, but to the Democrats and to these globalists and the rhinos. So now look at this professional right here who I cannot wait until that nasty, stinking DEI hire. Yeah, I said it. DEI, I said it again. Yeah, the director of dang on Secret Service, she's a DEI. I can't wait until she comes up to Congress and allows this dude who knows what he's talking about to fire some questions into her about what took place.
Military, remember, one of the things that we do is we what if scenario everything in the world, right? That's
I know, but I don't know. I'm just saying, if it's the what if that you talk about maybe in an investigation, and the what if that you are presenting on live television.
Now you hear this CNN operative who don't know anything about security, sniping, none of that. She cannot even allow this man to even suggest that perhaps something nefarious took place. And obviously, in her head, this can never happen. We should never ask questions like that when everything about this looks very suspicious. Nah, don't let the public's mind even go there. Now, you don't think everybody that is voting for Trump, I'm not talking about the people who decided to vote for him after this. I'm talking about the MAGA supporters, the MAGA voters. You don't think that every single one of us, when this happened, as soon as we heard it, we didn't think, they tried to kill him. Every single one of us thought that. I mean, I don't care what they presented. I don't care what patsy they put up there. I don't care always the long wolf. Every single one of us like, it's obvious because of what Tucker was saying. This is the obvious conclusion. This is the escalation. Y'all have gone through, we done seen y'all do everything else all the way up to this point. And now you get creepy, sleepy, just stumbling around and mumbling around on his way out. And y'all going, oh crap. All right. We hope we didn't have to get to this, but how are we going to play this? How are we going to be able to pull this off and be able to pretend that we had no hand in this? Whether it be through complete negligence on purpose, which we're going to have some questions about, or even worse, assistance. But what you're not going to convince me of is some of these details we're about to hear was just somehow greater than you. So let's see this lady right here get a little concerned and uncomfortable that this well-educated man who is bringing up good points that she has no idea anything about. But she's like, I'm not even comfortable with this.
And I don't know, it's just...
Well, so listen, I'm a public official.
Yes.
Anything that I do, anything that I say in the public. I don't try and hide it in private. I think that the American people need transparency, accountability, and accessibility to the elected officials, not to try and hide behind what we want to look at. And I also think that if the American people know that we're questioning these things as well, it puts them at rest to at least know, why aren't they at least looking into this? Why?
Thank you. Because if nobody in Congress would be saying, this seems so strange, so out of the norm, that I smell a rat, I would be mad. If I didn't hear no Republicans thinking like I think, I would be going, why aren't you thinking this? I'm just a regular dude in my crib. And the first thing that I'm doing is going through my common sense. I'm saying, oh, wait a minute, you telling me this 20-year-old, none of this makes sense. No social media, shows up. Wait until you hear some of these details if you haven't already heard them yet.
We should look at every single situation which is of this significance. We should look at it from multiple angles to ensure that nothing is left out, nothing could be potentially claimed as being covered up. Yeah. We need to have more transparency to the American people, and I think that's what everyone deserves.
Should that roof have been secured?
Here she is, y'all. Here she is. Yeah, the DEI hire herself. Sister DEI. So now here she is about to tell us that, the buck stops with me.
Period.
That building in particular has a sloped roof at its highest point. And so, there's a safety factor that would be considered there.
Hold on.
That roof have been secured, period.
That building in particular has a sloped roof at its...
Y'all see that? Y'all see that building she's suggesting? They got a sloped roof. I can get up there and do a backflip on that roof. Full-blown backflip and not even have to worry. Sitting back like, man, I don't feel uncomfortable at all. I can get up, we can have a picnic on there. If you're calling that a slope roof, are you kidding me? That alone. Now, see, this is what I'm talking about. Whenever you see government leaders come out and belittle your intelligence off grip with something like that, now my antennas shot straight up. Now, they were already up right after this. And I'm thinking, I can't wait to hear the first explanation of how this could have taken place, because my attention immediately went to exactly what this man just asked her. First thing I did is said, how did he get up on that building with nobody seeing him, and why no one was on top of that building? So that was the number one question that popped up in my head. Why wasn't that building secure? If you give me a piss poor answer, everything from that goes downhill. And that's exactly what she did. You could have said, well, we checked the roof and it was weak and it was about to implode, something. But you come out and you say it had a slope on it and we thought that was too dangerous. Off grip. Now I'm going, okay, something's going on here. Now I'm starting to move towards the nefarious, side of the scale right there. I done went from, okay, incompetence. Now I'm starting to move over here real quick. It didn't even slide. It went almost all the way there.
Highest point. And so, there's a safety factor that would be considered there. We would want to put somebody up on a sloped roof. And so, the decision was made to secure the building from inside.
Now, as she's saying this, I'm wondering if she's even thinking that somebody's probably going to look and see, is this true in all cases? She didn't stop to think that. How did she think she would be able to pull that off without also being able to explain to us why these brothers was up on top of sloped roofs that were way more angled than the one she said was too dangerous? Didn't even think that went through. I guess it was just a spur of the moment, like, oh shoot, I got to come up with something, and I'll worry about it on the back end. So she drops that out there on us that we had to do it for safety reasons.
You have got to be kidding me. They couldn't put agents on the roof because it was sloped. My driveway has a bigger slope than that roof. And it's funny how, the Secret Service agents had no trouble navigating that dangerous slope when they were on the roof after the gunman had shot Donald Trump in the side of the head.
Oh my God, how are they standing? How are they standing without sliding off? This is amazing.
It's also funny how the Secret Service agents, when they were poised behind Donald Trump during his speech, were on a sloped roof. Have a look at this vision. Here's the Secret Service agents, the snipers, behind Donald Trump while he's speaking.
I mean, don't you see him sliding backwards? You don't see that? You don't see him sliding? This is fascinating. She didn't even check that. She just straight came out like, oh yeah, I'm sure nobody would notice. The main two dudes that I walked in, and the first thing caught my attention were those two guys up on top of that sloped roof. This is crazy. Now you're telling me you want us to start believing you from that point on? Off grip, I'm going, my Uncle Ron, where's my toothpick? Or just picking my teeth. So let me get this straight. You trying to tell me the roof was too sloped, huh? Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, I got to give it an Uncle Ron look. Like I'm not buying what you're selling me. So now the roof was too slopey.
That looks to me, Caleb, like
very slopey.
Very slopey, y'all. Mm-hmm. So now I have to wonder, as the director of the Secret Service, is that your interpretation of too dangerous? I'm starting to wonder if you're a DEI hire. I mean, are you taking this from the perspective of like Matt Walsh said, somebody's mom? Boys, come down from there. We don't want to interpret, you as a strong, independent woman looking at a situation that most men would look at and say, I'm climbing that and I'm having a ball up there. I'm having fun on that roof. But yet all of a sudden, guys, it's too dangerous. Come down from there. You might hurt yourselves. But if you say that, then all of a sudden, you know what? You're belittling her. I thought she was a strong woman who looks at this like, hey, I don't even see. Get y'all butts up there. This is what y'all are paid to do. We're the Secret Service. If there's anybody who can handle a slight slope roof, it would be us. But no, we don't want to get those guys hurt. They could slide off.
Yeah. And we should point out that Secret Service agents and government snipers have no problem guarding the White House, where Joe Biden, incidentally, resides. Have a look at this image.
Whoa! Look at that slope. That one right there. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That would make great skateboarding roofs. Just whoop right over it, having a good time. As a kid, I would be all up and down that right there. And she's talking about that the roof was a little too slopey.
Look at the slope on that thing.
Here's the latest exclusive drop from DC Drano. New exclusive video shows the shooter walking around by himself, looking up at rooftops near Trump. And the question that DC Drano is asking is, how was he not detained, especially after getting caught with a rangefinder?
So wait a minute. Let me get this straight. See, here we go. So Joy Reid is worried about whether the bullet was real or not. She's not worried about this. You're not worried about this fact that this dude was walking around one whole fat hour before even taking a shot. He ain't looking to see where Trump's at. He's off by himself. He's over there like, I gotta get off on my own, y'all. He's all by himself looking up like, okay, let me see, about 9 feet. That's a distance. Let me get my range fine. Okay. All right. The distance from this roof over to where Trump is at is about 200 yards. Now, I can make that shot. Unbelievable. 1 hour before.
Take a look.
Look at that. Looking up. Obvious.
Tonight.
This is unbelievable. Man, I cannot wait to hear her fumble her way through these hearings. I want to hear her excuses. So, our fearless leader of the Secret Service, how do you explain this kid 1 hour before, all by himself? All right, let's see. I think I could make the shot from here.
We're learning that the gunman was on law enforcement's radar for 3 hours, and the Secret Service designated Crooks a threat 10 minutes before Trump took the stage. Crooks first aroused...
10 minutes. A threat. 10 minutes before Trump took the stage, but they let him take it anyway. Who's responsible? This is how you get to the bottom of that. If she didn't okay that, she should be all in the mix of whoever okayed it. Okay, I'm not saying she needs to be on the site and they have to have her on the phone making all the calls and shots. But the point is, if this was such a catastrophic failure, it reflects poorly on her. So that means heads should be rolling from her. She should be going, okay, who in the heck did not call in and say, okay, we got a guy who's suspiciously walking around here. Keep Trump off until we locate this guy. She should be all over it right now. So you're telling me either you're not firing the person who didn't make that call or you yourself allowed this to happen. One of the two. But when you have failures like this, somebody needs to pay a price. Or all we can conclude is that nobody's paying a price because leadership was okay with it. Or part of it.
Suspicion at around 3 on Saturday when security saw him with a rangefinder passing through the metal detectors.
That's normal.
Police say they had an eye on him until he disappeared. Crooks was later spotted for a second time, this time by a sniper looking up at the roof, observing the building that he scaled and shot from. This was radioed into the command center. At one point, a sniper saw Crooks sit down and start scrolling through his phone. And investigators believe he may have actually had 2 phones. More on that later. This is when Crooks looked so suspicious that a local sniper team took this picture of him.
So you're telling me they were able to take a picture of this dude, but yet you want us to not go there? CNN, like, whoa, I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable even discussing this. I'm uncomfortable. So he was sitting there long enough to take a picture of him. Bigfoot don't even sit there that long enough to allow himself to be. He's always on the move. Yeah. So this guy right here, he's sitting still right there, he's scrolling through his phone. There we go. Got a snapshot of him. Oh crap! I just lost him. So they take a picture of the guy. Then what happens?
An hour before he opened fire. All of this information was being sent to the Secret Service command team at the rally.
And what were they doing? Juggling. Frank, yeah, you're getting pretty good at that. All right, my turn. Throw me the oranges. What were they doing?
Footage was taken 1 hour before Trump was shot at, meaning this guy was walking around for an hour, possibly even longer, and not a single person intervened. Previously, I showed you guys this picture right over here. I made mention of these little connecting structures between the 2 buildings and how the perpetrator scaled up a ladder at one of those spots, gaining access to the roof initially.
Now, how did he scale up a ladder? Where'd the ladder come from? Yeah, see, where'd the ladder come from? Now, sad part, if I would have been there in that area and saw this dude trying to climb a ladder with a gun on his back, I might have taken matters into my own hands. I mean, because you can't climb a ladder with the gun in your arms. I would have drugged the dude down. I'd have been like, man, I can't let this dude just climb up there. I'm going to tackle this cat. Hold him. Look, he look about 130 pounds. All right, if somebody would have saw him with the gun, to where it wasn't in a position where he could have fired, I'm sure regular folks would have probably jumped this dude. But yet the people who's supposed to be apprehending him just we got to saw him. Wait, now he got to, man, that's odd. He's walking around with a distance. Oh, wait, now look at, what? Is that a ladder he's carrying? Okay, so let's continue. So like about 3 hours now has gone by with this dude's walking around. He left and went and did what?
Photos that were circulating were relatively low resolution, and what was being reported was that those ladders were essentially already there. They were affixed. Well, now we've got an update, and again, it's totally unbelievable. Apparently, the perpetrator brought that ladder and placed it there. Just bear with me for a second.
No, he didn't.
So supposedly, this was the ladder that he picked up at Home Depot, a 10-foot step ladder.
No,
the current report is that the perpetrator took his van to Home Depot. This right here is the perpetrator's van, by the way, that was recently seized by the FBI.
No, he
So
didn't.
he took this van, drove to Home Depot, bought this 10-foot step ladder.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't go to Home Depot and buy a full-blown ladder. If that's the case, anybody can come in through security with a whole stick of dynamite sticking up the back of their shirt. Unbelievable. Couple machetes, couple swords. What's that in your jacket? Nothing. I got a hunchback. Are you sure? Don't scan it though with your thing, cause it got metal in it. My hunchback got some shrapnel. Okay, go ahead and you're good. You're good. So now, how do you sneak a ladder, even though you didn't come through the checkpoints? The first thing you should be doing scanning is going, okay, everybody. I see a kid over here walking with a fat ladder. Where'd he get the ladder? Where'd he get the big ladder? Oh, and by the way, there's something hanging off of his back. It looks like a gun. It looks like a gun. So he's carrying a ladder and an AR-15 for how long? Liberal hive mind.
And then again, bear with me, he then carried said ladder from Home Depot all the way to Butler Farm Show Incorporated, walking all the way through the forest more than a mile in distance, carrying a massive ladder, an AR-15, and a bunch of ammunition.
Don't believe that. So let me get this. You know how much noise and attention you should have been bringing to yourself? Clink, 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 clink. Oh, shoot, I dropped that. Clink. Stopping, taking breaths. You're carrying a full-blown AR-15, a whole ladder, and all of that ammunition, dragging it. How stealthy could you have been with all of that? Unbelievable. A whole mile. Now, once again, if I'm the Secret Service and I wasn't a part of this, I'm mad. Only people that wouldn't be mad that this happened would be people that were either involved in it or knew about it and just ignored it. Anybody else who care about the reputation of the Secret Service and, their capabilities should be furious. I would be like, there's no way in the world we allowed this to happen. No, you telling me they didn't spot a kid walking one whole mile with a ladder? It wasn't even a step ladder. It was a full-blown ladder that opens up like this. God dog it. Boy, they look like they are the Romper Room League right about now. I might be able to call up a couple hard-hitting dudes around the neighborhood that could do a better job than this. Good grief. So, blows my mind.
My mind is completely blown.
Well, look at this. Oh, so wait, nobody had a way for them to get through there? So they had. So this is after the shooting took place? How long is it taking us to get through the fence? Oh, fence wasn't open. There we go. We gotta ram it. We gotta ram it. Gotta ram it. Again,
why were so many police officers on the opposite side of the fence and didn't even have access to the building? Bring a pickup truck to ram down the fence in order to gain access to the building side of the property.
All right, at this point, we can go ahead and insert some Benny Hill music. Straight Benny Hill music. At this point, straight Benny Hill music.
Who made the decision for the security perimeter and personnel layout? We need answers. Because very simply, what we are seeing is unacceptable. And of course, totally unbelievable. It's either gross incompetence or malice and conspiracy.
And at this point, the local police, I'm glad, are starting to tell on the Secret Service. Because the Secret Service, that lady we just saw, tried to say that slopey building that was too dangerous. Hey, there were cops inside of it though. Why would the cops be inside? I mean, they do no good being inside the building. And if they were really inside the building, there's no way they wouldn't have heard clank, 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 clank. A full ladder being laid up against the side of the building. You ever tried to climb up a ladder? It makes a ton of noise. So now we found out that there was nobody in that building. So she lied twice. She's lying about the slopey building. She's lying about the cops being in that building and their responsibility. Because the local cops are starting to say, they told us we had no responsibility except for traffic. So they went above and beyond what they even actually were supposed to do. The dude that climbed up there only did it because everybody was going to somebody on the roof. And he's like, well, ain't nobody else doing something here. Hey, bud, help me up. They went old school. Like, listen, you good? Standing on the shoulders, he looks up. He's not in a position to return fire. He did what anybody that can't defend themselves would do, which was fall back. He got hurt. He calls it in, from what I'm hearing, and still nothing.
Kim Cheadle, Alejandro Mayorkas, Joe Biden, and of course...
Just those names alone. Mucus, Biden, Cheadle, all of it makes me go, so you say you got mucus involved, huh? And creepy sleepy. Uh-huh. There you go, Uncle Ron.
The mainstream media at large, they don't want you asking any questions.
No.
Never question the official narrative. But having been exposed to everything we've seen over the last couple of days, how is it possible not to question everything? When absolutely nothing makes sense, the government better come in and patch up every single hole with very logical explanations, or we're going to continue to see a steady erosion in trust in the legal system. You know, if they come out and say that 5-degree angled sloped roofs are too dangerous for Secret Service agents to climb, that's not a legitimate or acceptable explanation. If they tell us that what happened was they implemented the Pac-Man perimeter strategy tactic, you know, where you secure a perimeter in the shape of a Pac-Man, this little pizza-shaped cutout for the mouth right over here.
Well, look at that. Look at that. The most obvious position where you could take a shot was cut out. It's almost like it was cut out on purpose. All right, here's the plan, guys. We're going to secure all of this, and not that part. Well, hey, Captain, shouldn't we secure that part? Because there's a building right there, and I'm thinking, Johnson, you're asking too many questions. Not that part, I said. Okay, I guess. Is that Captain okay? Huh? I'm wondering. So now they cut out the obvious part that should have been secured.
Placed perfectly right at the factory building. If they come out and tell us that that's the newest and latest and next gen Secret Service presidential protection strategy, you know, again, no one's gonna buy it. They need a legitimate explanation, and frankly, we need to know exactly who made these calls, who made the personnel positions.
Well, let's find out.
There better be a good explanation for every single little thing that happened that day.
Well, liver high mind, let's go to the horse's mouth. Let's see. What the? Why is it? Oh, let me see something here. Okay. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that. Let's go here and here and here. I don't know why they sound like Mickey Mouse. And here. Boop. And let's go back to here. Let's see now what she got to say.
What was your reaction when you saw the events unfold on Saturday?
Okay, here we go.
Shock.
Shock.
And then
shocked that it didn't work. Shocked that he missed. What he missed? Oh, all right, let's continue.
And concern, obviously.
Concerned that you're about to go to jail for negligence or even worse.
For the former president, this is an event that should have never happened.
Who was most responsible for this happening?
What I would say is that the Secret Service is responsible for the protection of the former president.
That's it? Just the secret? Everybody then? Everybody? But wait a minute, let's get more specific.
So the buck stops with you?
The buck stops with me. I am.
Seemed like she didn't want to say that. She wanted to keep it broad. The Secret Service is responsible for to protect. So the buck stops with you. The buck stops with me, but
the director of the Secret Service. It was unacceptable, and it's something that shouldn't happen again. Something that shouldn't happen again. Now, you got to understand, this is not one of the things you get a do-over. Okay? The man should have been dead if for the grace of God. And you're talking about some, sorry about that, yeah, won't happen again. There wouldn't have been an again opportunity if he wouldn't have moved his head. You have no ability to take any credit. So when you say it shouldn't happen again, that's not very confident. This isn't one of them jobs you get to practice and, the trial and error and stuff like that. You guys in your incompetence could have completely changed the whole course of the whole country and possibly the whole world. And yet she's talking about, I was shocked that shouldn't happen again.
The President and Homeland Security Secretary said today they had 100% confidence in you, but there are some...
Right there lets me know that all of these suckers was hoping for the worst. You cannot tell me that you are looking at this from a leadership standpoint. Now, see, I don't want to hear nothing from Mucus, because this dude right here, he can't even see how his decisions enabled the border to be destroyed and how it led to American citizens getting killed. Somebody said, Kev, may I share? Absolutely. Yeah, you can't tell me that, you got Mucus who sits back and say, I think we're doing a great job at the border. We are taking it to the cartel. Everything he says is a lie. It is the opposite of, doing his job. And yet you're telling me now he's proud of her work? A man should have been killed if it wasn't for the grace of God. He's talking about, we got confidence in her. So only way you would say that is if you're like, how can I fire her? When we all knew what was about to go down. That's what makes me think this. Because Mucus should be furious and Biden should be even more furious. He should have fired right down the line. Who's responsible for her? Me, Mucus, you're fired. She's fired. Somebody else step up. But nobody's getting fired. Nobody. Same thing. Mucus with that broke border. Do you think that Biden was going to fire him? Why would you fire somebody who you hired to do that? It's hard to fire folks who were hired to do your dirt.
Members of Congress calling on you to resign.
I appreciate the Secretary's comments, and we're going to continue to be transparent and communicate with people.
You plan to stay on? Absolutely.
I do plan to stay on.
Is that perimeter too small?
The perimeter encompassed the area that we needed to secure for the event that we had on that day.
How? Who came to that conclusion? Who drew it out? Was that perimeter too small at that area? Yeah, we just happened to miss the big building right over here. For some reason, just got right to it and said, whoop, whoop, conveniently. And you're telling me I shouldn't be suspicious. I shouldn't be questioning that. What made you cut that out? That's my question. What made you cut that big chunk out? The chunk that the boy just happened to know this is a place that isn't secure. Went back, got my dang on ladder, brought it all the way back to this building right here. Because for some reason I knew it was cut out of the circumference of security.
What happened is a terrible incident and should never
Just
happen.
terrible. That's
we
it.
are obviously going to make sure that moving forward, we take whatever lessons that come out of this and adjust accordingly.
Yeah, don't use a young patsy right there or whatever. Or don't mess with God's chosen at this point. That's what should be the lesson. Because that's the only people that we can chalk it up to is God did it. That is it. It was bigger than her. Other than that, Trump wouldn't be here.
Was every element, every part of his, from the intelligence to the counter assault team to the detail agents, the shift agents, I mean, every element top to bottom of the advance in the operation, was every element increased after you learned of this credible threat?
What we increased was what we felt was appropriate for the former president and for that particular event on that day. We have been increasing the assets and the resources and the staffing that we have been providing to the former president since he was a presidential candidate and then the presumptive nominee. That's what I can tell you.
What you need to tell me is how you going to get that witch wart off your nose? Because you're a witch. You see that witch wart right there? Big old fat liar. Thank you. Somebody says she's a liar. Absolute liar. So in other words, what is she saying, lady?
That sounds like a no.
There you go.
I'm not saying a no at all. I'm saying that we have continued to increase the resources that we've been providing to the former president.
The perimeter encompassed the area that we needed to secure for the event that we had on that day.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. That's her response.
That's
when she's
what she
asked
going
why the
with.
secure perimeter didn't include a building directly across from Trump. But obviously the perimeter didn't encompass the area they needed to secure because a gunman managed to climb on the roof and fire several shots without anyone stopping him.
That's a good question, Matt. I wasn't even thinking that way. Yeah. I'm sitting there like, well, that sounds like a rational answer. Wait, you know what? He has a good point. So the most important part was cut out. Didn't have enough resources for the little pizza slice right there. Wow, we're short one guy. We need one guy up there. Is anybody? We can't get one guy? Nobody? Okay, so I guess we're just gonna leave that part open. We can't. Nobody wants to come in today. We can't even get a local guy. I mean, no. There's a black guy over there named Kevin. He might even go up there and do it for free. For free. I would have went up there. All right, give me a weapon. I guess I can. Am I good? Deputize me. Deputize me, please. I'm going up. Now be careful. There's a slope up there. I can handle the slope. Dang it. Just deputize me. I'm going up. Since y'all can't handle it.
This is exactly what we were doing today.
This was
Stonewalling.
You did get?
You owe the people answers.
Get her. She getting jumped.
You owe answers.
The president, the past president, and you owe answers.
She would not answer our questions.
Why not?
She wanted to say it was not the time or place. This is after we've been through a conference call today where the question queue got cut off.
Isn't that odd? So now Kim Cheeto was answering some questions, and I guess it probably got a little too hot, so they pulled it. We'd like to very what stop. The feed is right. Thank you. There you go. Yeah. So it got a little too heated, most likely, and they pulled the plug. But guess what, y'all?
But I've got a message for her.
What?
She can run, but she cannot hide.
You can run, but you can't hide. Like that crazy dude in Road Warrior, Mad Max with the mohawk. You can run, but you can't hide. I'm waiting to see her butt come up there so that some of the more hardcore folks who know something about security light her tail up. I want to see her get up there and fumble her way through that. Okay, you guys got some good points. I'm taking suggestions for next time to make sure it doesn't happen. That lady needs to go. Somebody needs to get to the bottom of this. This is not like back in the day where Kennedy's assassination was easy to cover up because we didn't have all the technology and all of this stuff. It's going to be a lot harder if there was something nefarious that went on for them to cover it up. You're going to have a lot of moving parts, and there's so much video footage out there to where when you start seeing all of this and hearing these excuses, they make even less sense. You're at the point where average people can conclude these things, can put this together. Where people are going, man, I'm not even in security, but I know that building should have been covered. And now you're going to tell me a slight slope deterred y'all? Then you come out and lie about the police being inside the building and they weren't? You're telling me you saw this dude wandering around for like 3 hours straight? Nobody did nothing? You knew it was a suspicious dude wandering around, but you allowed the president to get up there anyway? Not to mention, the sniper had a bead on him for like 2 minutes straight, and yet y'all allow him to shoot first. Crazy. And I'm hearing other, rumors about 3 guns that might even have been, shot. And there's a lot of stuff. I ain't going to jump into that until I get more evidence, but there were people even saying they saw a third person jump down from a water tower and take off running into the woods. Now, I don't know if that was another sniper up there. I don't know if it was another shooter. We don't know. But if somebody's jumping down off of a water cooler or a water, station up there and running off, you would think they'd run towards it if they were a Secret Service person, but I can't confirm that. I'm just saying The interviews of people who were on the scene was like, yeah, the first guy, he shot. I saw him shooting. Then I saw the other guy jump down from the thing and run off into the woods. What was it? Would a Secret Service sniper be doing that? I don't know. I don't know. But there's so much to find out. And I'm saying we need to keep asking questions and don't just let them smooth this one over. We need to get to the bottom of this, man. Because if we find out these folks was involved with this, heads need to roll. And I'm talking about all the way roll. I ain't talking about this is traitor stuff, if that's the case. If that is the case. I'm not saying that it is, but I'm saying that I find it very difficult to believe that this 20-year-old pulled this off all by himself. That's what I'm saying. And if it comes out that anybody helped this dude or help coordinate something like this, they need to go all the way to the you know what. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. So God bless y'all. God bless America. President Trump, I guess, is about to speak at 9. So I'm going to log off here so everybody, you know what? I figured it out. I know what the key word is. It's God bless y'all. Whenever I say God bless that, every time I say it, he comes running in here. You know what? This is a clever dog. How you know that, Gizmo? Yeah. As soon as I say God bless y'all, God bless America, he knows that. You know what that means, huh, Gizmo? God bless America. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Train my dog how to come to God bless y'all, God bless America. Yes, you're a good dog. I love that dog. Did I tell y'all that? I tell y'all I love Gizmo? Yeah. If you don't know now, you know. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and check out what Trump has to say. And we will be back here. What's tomorrow? Friday? We'll be back here tomorrow. And Lord willing. And hopefully we'll have more info as the days go forward. We'll see. Some people are saying Trump should just lay low until the election. But I don't put it past them. You know they're still scheming. You know they're still sitting around going, all right, are we had any cards to play? Anything? And no cards to play? Okay. Yeah, we're going to try to invent something. So don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. Follow me on other platforms. Subscribe to my alternative channel if you can. And if you want to donate to the channel, feel free. There's links below the video to do that. I want to thank everybody who does support the channel and people who sent me all kind of stuff and financial support. I really appreciate it. Maybe one day, y'all, I get off the drywall truck. You know, if things keep going like they are, you two get off my back. But until then, I'm going to do what I got to do because I'm a grown man. Now, God bless y'all. God bless America. We see y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. Let's bounce. Don't forget, text MAGA to that number right there. I know you see the 8s. I know you see the way we tear up the place. Yeah. See y'all tomorrow. Take care.